Hello everyone. So I'm back with the session 2 of Android Study Jam. So in this Android Study Jam, we'll be making a birthday card app and a calculator app. There isn't much difference between the birthday card app is the simple app that we basically build always. Besides that, we'll be building the calculator app. So I have made you can see a layout kind of a thing. We will try to recreate this as our you can say assignment. So okay, let's try this layout. First of all, I will like to show you from the pretty basic. This is the first session, and okay, this is when you first open Android Studio. This will be looking like this. In case you haven't downloaded yet, just go to a description. There will be a link to a GitHub repo, and in that repo the instructions and video links will be provided how to install Android Studio. You have to install emulator. If in case you don't have the emulator, you can run on your device, and in your device there will be if you are using a phone, in that case you have go to settings, enable the developer options. When you open a developer option, there will be something called US debugging. Enable that, then connect your phone and it will be visible. Okay, let me show you how it will be going. First of all, starting off with the project, let's make a pretty basic project. Okay, first I clicked on this one, create new project. Okay, there are many things you don't need to these are for Flutter. Don't if there's something is extra, ignore it, because like I do Flutter even. So yeah, then select this empty activity. Okay, empty activity. There are many activities. These are basically for your perspective. If you like want help, like if you want to add multiple tabs to the section, like you don't need to build everything, there is already available. But yeah, we'll be starting off pretty basic. So yeah, this is the first activity. Now we'll be doing next. Now let's give the name to the app. Okay, now let's give it the name of birthday card app. So I'm following a camel case. This camel case is basically preferred in development. Okay, select Kotlin. If Java is selected, please select Kotlin. Select audio. Like I prefer audio, but yeah, you can just go below it also. It will be working perfectly fine. For now, you can select let's select something lollipop. Okay, you can see there's a percentage up here. This percentage indicates the percentage of device that you can support. Okay, see in case of a audio like lollipop, you can see 94% of devices supports lollipop. But if I go to somewhere a newer API like this Pi, okay, this is Pi. If I select Pi, you can see that only 49% of the devices supports Pi. Okay, so it's generally preferred that you have a good like user base. So it is preferred to have somewhere like 80 or 85 around. Okay, let's select this one, and you don't need to click on this one and finish. Okay, so Android Studio will take some time. It will be building up the project and all the things that is required. For the first time when you open Android Studio, it may take extra time because it will be like downloading Gradle and all the things. So you don't need to care think about that much. The one thing, you like connect your internet connections. Okay, because there may be times when Android Studio downloads something, like see your Gradle is building up here, but it sometimes downloads it, and sometimes like it requires some extra features to be downloaded. So yeah, the internet connection is must for first a few times, because in that case like the Gradle and all the things are required. Let it build, it takes some time. Okay, so okay, there are some extra things. You can see Flutter and all the things, just ignore it because Android Studio has many features. Okay, we have a Flutter course at dsckiit. You can check out if you like to do Flutter also. But see, yeah, it's downloading. You can see the Kotlin and all the things are downloading. So yeah, connect to internet. Connection of is must. Besides that, let's see the layout for now. This is the calculator app that we'll be building in the second part of this tutorial. So in this calculator app, you have this one, it's equal to button, and the color and the layout. You can see a basic layout, grayish tint in the background, some buttons. These buttons will be the basically the calculations, plus, minus, divide, multiply, and all the things, equal to, and this is the numbers. So yeah, I am using Lunacy for the design purpose. You can use anything. It's like it's an advice, like sometimes you need to have a good design knowledge, like not a good, but if you like try out some designs, it will be better for your Android app. Now yeah, by the time I guess it is still okay, it's still trying to download something. Okay, now let's see. I will want to show you some thing. By then you can open the settings, and settings you can see that there are many things. First of all, let's close all the things. Okay, first when you open it, this will be the settings that will be opening up. Now there are some things like you can change this layout and all the things. Like I have changed the custom background. Okay, if you want I can share that thing sometimes later, but yeah, these are some custom features you can add. You can have some settings up here. Okay, so here's an update. In case you want to update you can just check it now. So the basic layout or like the features you can use, this is quite similar to the IntelliJ that I have shown you previously. Okay, there is one more thing. There is sometimes an issue regarding the SDK not like properly enabled. So just go to SDK. There's this location, right? There is this location you can see. I have this SDK in this location. You can just copy this and go to your Windows, then paste it up here, and when you enter it you can see this is the SDK. Okay, I have an Android folder in local I have Android, which is an app data. Okay, so this knows where the path of to the SDK. Okay, just make sure that these paths are okay. In case you have downloaded SDK, it should be if you have used Android Studio to download SDK, it will be doing it automatically. But in case you have downloaded SDK from outside, like from other resources, you need to like give a proper path, otherwise it will give an error. Okay, there's one more thing called emulator. Okay, I previously told you regarding whether you have an Android in device. In case you don't have an Android device, please go to tools. I guess it's tools. Yeah, go to AVD manager. Okay, that is called Android virtual device. Okay, you can see that I have 3 devices presently. This is API 16, API 28, API 29. How can you get a virtual device? Okay, okay, what you can do, you can in case you don't have, like it's the first time I'm expecting you are running Android Studio for the first time, just go to virtual device, select a phone or anything. Like for instance, I want a phone for now. Then select something like a device, maybe Pixel XL3. Okay, you select, then you are giving the specs up here, then select next. You will given like which kind of Android you want. Okay, if in case the system, like you have to download it. Okay, basically see there's a on press you can download it, but I already have it, so I won't download it. So I have Q up here, so I will select Q. Then when I press next, it will be specifying like the names, or if I want the app in portrait, all the things. And when you finish it, a similar device will be created up here. Now if you want to run the device, you can just go to this, and like I want to play this for instance Pixel 2 API. Okay, let's run this one. Okay, this will be running up here. You can see I am just squishing up the part up here. Okay, by the time it runs, let's check out this part. Okay, by now it should have been compiled. Oh yeah, you can see that the Android Studio, like the the emulator has started up. It may take some time. In case you haven't downloaded it, there will be an option to like basically download it. It will be downloaded. Then there will be an option to denote the amount of RAM you want to give. Android Studio takes a lot of amount of RAM. It is preferred that you have a laptop which has RAM more than maybe 4 GB. Okay, around 8 GB is preferred. Mine is 8 GB. So yeah, 8 GB is a minimum requirement, I feel. Okay, you can see the RAM consumption up here. I have allocated 3 GB to this and 2 GB to in the device. Okay, when you first install emulator, there will be an option to give amount of RAM. Give around 1 GB, 1 or 2 GB, that will be enough. Okay, just depending on your device, you can give as much RAM as you want. But that's just an advice. Okay, now when it has done all the downloading and all the loading up here, you can see that this thing is popping up here. If anything, if you see that project is selected, please go to Android. Okay, Android, and when you first open Android, there will be something like this app and Gradle script. Okay, so there are two things. So first, when you open the app, you can see there is a manifest, Java, and resources. Yeah, even though we have Kotlin, but it's showing Java because I previously told you, because it's all like in the end it's all runs on JVM, right? So yeah, this is Java. When you expand Java, you can see there are many com.example.birthday card. Okay, so we created the birthday card app, and you can see com.example.birthday card. So this com.example.birthday card is called a package name. Okay, the package, if you are familiar with knowledge in Android or in which you can say object-oriented development, you can say package is basically a shippable product, you can say. Okay, a package, like you have packed a set of files together, it's called a package, you can say, for simpler terms. Okay, so this is a package, and in this package, this is the first one. You have Android test and test package. You don't do anything up here for now. Okay, if you are using unit testing and all the testing of app, you can do this part, but for now we just focus on this part. When we expand it, you can find main.activity. Okay, this is that file. Okay, this is basically this KT file. This Kotlin file is basically the logic of the program. Okay, what you can see as a backend of how the, like for instance, you entered and for example this app, when you enter press 1, this is the outside layout, right? This is the first user interface, right? And there's a backend which basically calculates the things and give you the output up here. So this backend thing is basically managed by this Kotlin file. And there is one more thing. Go to this resource. Let's close this web. Let's go to resource, then layout. You can see this is called activity_main. This is this file. Okay, this is this file. When you first open it up, you can see that there is a hello world already written up here. Let me expand it. Let's close this one. Let's close this one also. You can see that there is something called hello world written up here. Let me zoom it a bit. Okay, you can see that hello world is written up here. Okay, this basically is the screen which you will be first shown to the user. Okay, like this is the screen. You can do anything like this, and this like calculator app. If you do these things, this will be basically done on this page. Okay, this is the design part. There is something called a code. This code is written in XML. Okay, extensible markup language. Okay, this is quite similar to HTML. If you have a bit knowledge in HTML, this is almost similar to HTML, but like there are extensible, like it has some extra features to add it to it. You can split it also. In the split version, you can see both the and come on, okay, just a minute. Yeah, so I got hold of it. Yeah, so you can see that it's basically this is the code and this is the design. If you change something up here, this will be reflected up here. Let's for instance do a background. Let's add a color. Color is added in hash. Okay, hash is basically you can say RGB, like for example FF0000. okay, that is R. Okay, FF for R, 2 for R, this is for R, then this is G. Okay, and this is B. Okay, you can see that G, if FF means full 100% and 00 means 0. Okay, so if I do FF, that means 100% of G and 0% of red, 0% of blue, right? So this is basically hash. Okay, don't think about it much. So you can understand this is the backend, this is the code, and this is the design. Okay, let's remove it from now. Okay, now first run this code. Okay, let's run this first. You have the emulator running up here. Let's close. Let's go to code. Let's expand this. In case you don't find the emulator, like I have so many things up here, you can find the emulator up here, or if you don't find it, just go to this one, just hover over it. You can find an emulator up here. Press on emulator, it will be opening it up. Okay, now let's run this. You can see a play button up here. Yeah, you can see it, right? So just press on play. It will be taking some time. Okay, let's let the Gradle build. It takes some time for the first time, then it will be running perfect. Okay, you can see there are many files up here. Okay, we will go really slow and you can understand what each of the file does. Okay, don't panic for now. Let it run. You can see it is installed successful, and yes, you have run the Hello World app on your first Android app. Is perfectly working fine. Okay, so you can see the Hello World up here. Okay, now this is not what we really aim for. We have to change some things, right? So what you can do, just now let's go to design. You can see there is something called palette up here. Click on palette. First let's delete it. Okay, let's delete this. Okay, you can just click on it and press delete on the keyboard, and you can now let's find this one. Okay, you can simultaneously see that the code part is removed from here. Okay, from the code part. Let's go to design. Let's select what kind of thing we want, a text view, right? Let's drag and drop a text view up here. Okay, we have dragged a text view. Now you can see that there is some arrow coming up, like there are white things. Okay, you can say white sides. You pull that to one side. Okay, you can see that the text view moved that side. You pull that and pull this side, the text view moves centered. Okay, so what is this? These are basically constraints. You can see constraints means basically how there should be things. You click on this attribute up here. When you see the attribute, you can see that I have added both things, both sides, and you can see that this basically is signifying to this one, and this one is this one. Okay, now if I add this one, you can see it is measuring this distance. 640 is this distance. Like what is a constraint, like what is the distance from here to here? That is this 640. Okay, now let's connect this one also. Okay, you can see that it's it's done to 0, and if I do this one, you can see that it's center aligned. Okay, let's not do this for now. Let's do one thing. Let's keep it in one side only. Okay, I'm just doing Control Z for now. You can see that it's moving this side. Control Z, no constraints. You can see no constraints up here. Let's add two constraints. Let's add it up here, and let's add it up here. So you can see that there is two constraints up here. Okay, now let's add some space to it. Okay, now let me add some space that is like somewhere like 50. Sorry, not 500. Okay, now let's another add from top, that is somewhere like, let's add 50 to it. Okay, so when you run it, you can see that it's 50 a piece up here. Okay, now there is something called let's go to code. I prefer code over that thing. Okay, so when you see the code, let's split it up. Okay, let's split it up. You can see that text view, the text is text view. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. Okay, you can see the text is text view. Click on the hand icon so that you can just click around. So you can see that the text is text view. Let's change some text. Let's do happy birthday. That is the aim of our app. Happy birthday. Okay, the happy birthday is up here. So you can see the same thing is done and this one, happy birthday, but it's small. Yeah, it's really small. Let's increase the size. So how can I do it? It's going to do text size. Okay, text size. You don't have to like do much of the thing. You have to just click around and it's done automatically. Okay, so let's increase the size. Let's increase 30. Whoa, that's increased. Now you can see there are many options to it. 30 dp, 30 in, 30 millimeter, 30 pixels, 30 points, 30 sp. So this is density per pixel. Okay, I prefer density per pixel, but yeah, there is many things you can try it out. See, if you hover over it, it is showing that you should use sp instead of dp. So let's check out what is the difference between sp and dp. Now let's do it. What is the difference between dp versus sp? So see, there is like tons of resources available for your help. So I prefer like simple Google search can always help you out. Like in case of error solving, you can always do a Google search. See the density per pixels. Okay, this is a difference, and this is scalable pixel. It is like to have dp units, but it is scaled up to the font's preferences. Okay, so it's basically preferred to use an sp over a dp. So you can see that you can just Google around and you can find many articles. See, a Medium article is already available for this. So I prefer you guys to do research like on yourself and like see what is the problem up here. So you can see that this is basically advising me. Android Studio is quite helpful in these things. Let's replace it. Okay, I replaced it. You can see that one more error up here, that is hard coded. Okay, so what is hard coded? Like basically hard coded means that you have added the text within the code. It's not generally preferred, right? We want to make it dynamic so that we can use it many times. So I will show you why it's like how can you do it in the further times. For now, this is happy birthday. Now let's run it. Okay, let's run it. You can see that it's a kind of a restart. Okay, let's restart it. Now see that the operation is completed. You can see that you will be finding this happy birthday up here. Wow, you are editing the text fields. Now let's do one more thing. Let's add one more thing. Okay, so you know how to do that. Just go to this text view, grab a text view, add it up here. So you got a text view now, right? So now see, for happy birthday from maybe from Devanshu, I will say. Let's edit this text font now. Let's edit this. Okay, this is the first text view. Let's edit it. I will do from happy birthday from Devanshu. Okay, and let's go to the design again. You can see happy birthday from Devanshu, and it has just cut off. No issues for now. You can understand like the things. Okay, now let's select this one. Okay, you can see this is also there. Like to basically is written from, like, let's add it in the below part. Okay, let's add constraints. Okay, we don't add this one, we will add this one. Okay, in that case, this constraint, and you can see that it's up here. Let's add some space like what we have added previously, that is like 50 from this side, and let's add 50 from this side too. Let's add 50, 50. So you can see that is replaced. Now let's go to code. Let's add some code up here, like maybe to dsckiit. Okay, so to dsckiit, and you can see, you can split it up and you can see the design. Let's minimize it. And you can see the design. Let's increase the size. Text size is, remember, text size, and we will increase it up to 30 sp. So you can see that the design is up here is also perfectly fine. Let's run this app. You can see that Devanshu Datta, happy birthday, like happy birthday from Devanshu to dsckiit. It's right, perfect. Okay, now this is like the basic thing that you have some basic idea now. Like you can play around with this. You can just, don't bring in everything, just you can bring in some things, like in the next course, like in this course only, in the second part we will bring in a calculator app, as you guys just you saw it up here, right? You saw this part, like we'll be rebuilding it. For now, let's add some more things to it. Okay, let's go to Android Studio. Let's close this one, it's still open. Yeah, so you can see we can bring this image. Okay, let's bring in this image. Okay, you can see that I have dropped it. There are some resource file that is already available to you. Okay, you can just you can drag and drop some things from here also. Okay, you can see many things, like let's bring in something. Okay, it's for happy birthday, right? I don't know if they have a happy birthday card. I guess they had one. Oh, you can just find yourself the things that you want. Let's for now, let's bring this only. Okay, let's bring this only. This is the dsckiit, I guess. Okay, I don't know, okay, that's me. Okay, that's me. So you can just play around, you can drag it according to your wish. Let's drag it in the center. So yeah, you need constraints for this one also. Like if you want it in the center, what you will do, you will just add constraints to all the sides, right? You just add constraints to all the side, and it will be added in the perfect center with the app respect to the phone device. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so you can see that if you run it, you can just rerun it like once again, and you can see that the image is already added to the center. Now let's look at the code. You can see that this was a text view. Okay, and this is an image view. So now can you tell me some difference between the image view and text view? These are all views. Okay, these are some set of views that are already predefined. Okay, you can consider a view as the upper class. Okay, the image is not added. Okay, why isn't it added? Okay, I will show you something more. Let's see. Okay, So now you can see that there are some views. Okay, what is this view? Okay, so view is basically, you can say, superclass. Okay, you can see that the text view is extended from view. Okay, this text view is extended from view. You can just hover over it and you can get this text in Android Studio. Obviously, you can even hover up image view. You can also see that it is also extended from view. So you can say that both are extended from views. Okay, view is basically, you can say, the template or the place where you basically edit the things. Okay, now just do one more thing. When you go to this one, hover over this one, the constraint layout, you can see this is inherited from view, which is also part of a view group. So view is a superclass. You can say you can combine a set of views to make a group view. Okay, view group. Okay, group of views called a view group. And a view group, this is a view group, right? This constraint layout is a view group. Okay, the total thing is under this view group. So this is views, these are all views. This text view, this text view, this image view that we added, these are all views. Okay, these are all views which is under a view group. This constraint layout is a view group, and these are views. Okay, so you can see, you already, so like you can see that this is like extended from view. Okay, android.view.view. Okay, and this is also extended from android.view.view group. Okay, so both parent are all like same. You can see from this side. Okay, let me show you. Let's add some images. Okay, let me add some images to it. Like we can't add some image. Let me go to some images, pictures. Okay, do I have some pictures? Yeah, I have some pictures. Let's take some pictures. Where do I have a picture? I have a picture. Let's add a screenshot. Okay, let's add this one only. You can just Control X, go to Android Studio, go to project. You can see a drawable up here. Right click on it. You can see paste it. Select drawable. Okay. What should we rename? Let's rename it. Let's Android. Let's rename it Android. It's preferred that you give a smaller name to this. Okay, let's refactor it. And you can see when you expand it, you can see android.png is added here. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's go to this image view and add a source, src. What's the name? Android. Let's remove this part. Now let's run it. When you run it this time, you can see some real good changes up here. Yeah, you can see that Android is added. Now by the time it runs, you can also see that you can do many things to this. Okay, let's split it up for now. By the time it runs, let's add some background color to it. Okay, let's add some background color. Let's add let me see if I want to add some. These are some default colors basically which are already available. Okay, let's give it a color of dark background. Okay, now this names are not visible, right? Let's change the text color now. Let's change it to, you can see the text, you can see many options, right? You can just like see so many options. You can just select text color. Okay, what should be the color? Let's give it a color white. So for white, you can, if you know that 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, that's for black. Sorry, forgot. If you give full to all of them, like F 6 times, okay, you can see that it's converted to white. Let's copy this. This is not a good practice to like directly add color to this, but yeah, we will come back to it sometimes later. Okay, so you can see that DSC background color is added, and this is the things is already covered up. Let's rerun it. Oh yeah, you can see that the image is added this time, right? Okay, but I don't like this, but like this violet color I can see. Okay, we'll change it in a while. So you can see that yeah, it's perfectly working. You can just play around with this. I will prefer you guys to play around with this, try something. Okay, like change the color, change the size. Okay, there are many things. You can make it all caps. Let's make it all caps. you can see text all caps. Okay, you can, if you just make it's true or false, let's make it true. In that case, what you will see that when you run it, you can see that it's just capitalized. Android help you in real good ways. Okay, now there's one more thing. I don't like this color and this background. Like, I don't want this header. Okay, I don't want this header. So what you can do, you can just go to this resources only. There is something called values. Go to values, go to colors. Okay, you can change you can see there are different colors up here. Okay, you can change the colors. Okay, there is one more thing called okay, so you can see that the colors are added up here. Okay, so let's change some colors. Okay, this is the color, I guess, that you are seeing up here. Let's change it to somewhere like this one maybe, and this one also to a bit reddish. Yeah, not this one, this one, I guess. Yep, up here. Cool. And this one also, let's change it up. Let's add something like this sort of thing. Let's add this one, and now let's rerun it. Yeah, you need to change the names obviously, but now, just for now, we can just, for like sake of this tutorial, we are just focusing on how to modify and change the things. Yeah, see, you basically change this part. Now I don't like this bar. Okay, I don't want this you can say the top bar. How can I change it? There should be something called, okay, let's close all the things, it's getting confusing. Okay, you can see there is something called themes. Okay, so there's something called themes. In this themes, you can just go to dark action bar. You can see a dark action bar. Let's remove this part. When you add a dot, you can see something called no action bar. Okay, now let's rerun it. So you can understand that there are like things that you can obviously do. You can modify, you can change everything of the app. Okay, so yeah, that action bar is removed and it looks really nice to me now. Okay, so I guess this is the end of the first part of the tutorial. Okay, we haven't talked much about this Kotlin file. Yeah, but in the next tutorial of this second section, we'll be getting back to this. Okay, so let's make the next project that we are like eagerly waiting for, this calculator app. Okay, so this looks really nice, I guess, for good app. So let's start it off. First of all, let's create a new project. Okay, we're using the empty activity as usual. Okay, now let's make a calculator app. Okay, this is the first time actually I'm making calculator app. Okay, like I don't CALCULA, so like I never made a calculator app. Like, actually, if you can, like, I have been doing Android 11 for a while now, but yeah, I haven't done calculator app. Okay, let's wait for the time it becomes an okay, so now that it has been built, let's run it in the emulator. Okay, and okay, the first thing that you need to do is to work on this part. Okay, now we won't be using the custom thing that is already available with us. Oh, the griddle is still building. Oh, it's Android app. Anyways, so we won't be using this part of for this tutorial. We'll be using something called a different type of layout. Let's delete this for now, it's not required. Okay, let the emulator run and get the app. Okay, so emulator is running, the activity is launching. Yeah, so you can see that it is fine. Okay, this is a normal app. Now let's do some neat things, I can say, like the things that you need to do in case, like, for a good UI. First, let's change the colors and all the things. Okay, that's the first step, I guess, you should do. Let's go to let's go to theme. Let's change the theme. Okay, now I don't want this bar. Okay, I don't like this bar actually, so let's change it to no action bar. Okay, the next thing that I want to change is the colors. Okay, so basically we can use the hash up there also in the whenever you want, but it's preferred that we make like the color scheme more like direct. Okay, so you can see that this theme let me close this part. You can see the primary color, it is using the purple 500 color. Okay, so let's make a color up here. So what are the colors that we need to do? The first thing is let's add a color. So you don't have to type much, just like one name. Let's do the dark gray. I guess that is dark gray. Let's dark gray. Okay, so now the next thing that I want is, let's close it and let's go to the lunacy and get this color. Okay, I guess this is the color, and yeah, this is the color you can get. Let's copy it up for like, that is why you should do a designing work first, like you get the idea of the colors and all the things, I guess. So just paste it up there, Control V. Isn't it working? Let's copy it up, copy hex, not here, go to here, Control V. Let's delete this. This is the black color, and the one more color that we have selected is this color, I guess. Let me select this one, copy hex, go to here, then let's give it a color. This is like, I guess this is the best way you can start off with like you have a good idea about the how you're going to build. Y-N-G, orange, I guess orange. I forgot the spelling. I'm bad at spelling. Control V, then you get the hex color and it's perfect. Now let's go to theme. Let's change the primary color. Let's change the primary color to the gray color, right? Dark gray. Okay, now let's change this also to dark gray. Like I don't want any other color for now. Let's change it to this. Control V, with white. On primaries, secondary color teal. I don't want teal for now. Let's make everything this color and let's make it white, and it's perfect. Now if you run this app, you can see that the emulator, this was what we like, what it was before, and now after we have made our edits, you can see that the background color has removed, the text has already gone, and you can see the color has changed, the bar color also. Now let's keep working on this. We don't need this one now, close it. Okay, now we won't be working up here, we'll be using the code part. This code part seems a bit more better for us, like it gives you the independency to do however you want. We will remove this part. We'll be using something called a linear layout. Okay, so let's remove this, not the whole of us line. Okay, let's remove this part, delete. Okay, let's start with a fresh one. Let's give it a linear layout. Okay, linear layout. Now linear layout, the first thing that you have to give up here is how much with the space, like how much will like take up. Okay, so you have to do something called everything has a height. Okay, you can see it's required. So the height, when you give, you have to mention whether do you want to wrap content. Wrap content means how much the content will be in the like as much content the layout has, it will only take up that much space. If you want to do something like match parents basically refer to all, like the whole size. See, you can see a slight blue bar. I don't think you can see. Let me just do one more thing. There is something called width, and you can see it is also required. Let's give it match parent, and you can see that it has turned a blue color background. If you can see it here, let's change the background color. Let's change the background color to the gray. Okay, so you can see finally that the background color. Okay, now so it's like HTML. It's you can understand that there are tags, and you can just like have tags in between them. Like, okay, let's close this tag, and you can see that there are many things that you can do in between them. Okay, the first thing that I want up here, you can see the layout, that this part is a single part, and you have a text up here and a second text up here, text views, and you have buttons. Okay, you have 1 2 3 4 into 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 4 into 5 buttons. Okay, so you have 4 into 5 buttons. Let's do so what we can do, first of all, let's divide it into two parts. Okay, you can divide it into two parts. The first part, according to me, should be this part. The second part should be this part, this. Okay, so let's divide into layouts. So now with what we can do, we can divide into layouts. This layout is the first part. Let's give it match parent, and let's give it wrap content. And the next thing that I want to give is, okay, the next thing that I want to give is this linear layout, and it will also be match parent and match parent. Okay, so from now you can see that both the, like, all the three basically are covering up the same thing. Okay, they are not, you can't segregate which is like above which or below which. Okay, there is something called layout. See, there is red up here. Okay, when you have linear layout, there can be two types of layout. It can be side by side, or it can be above and below, right? So what you can do up here now, let's give an orientation. The orientation basically determines whether it should be horizontal or vertical. Let's give it vertical. It's vertical, right? You have two things, one is above and one is below, right? You can see that, you can see basically, but it doesn't occupy any space, right? So what you can do, you can see something like this showing that remove the necessary view. It will be showing some really some things. Okay, you can also get the idea of what you have to do up here. Okay, if you have some doubts, you can always clarify. You can get back up here and solve your doubts. Okay, let's do one thing. Rather than doing this thing, okay, we can do this. Okay, let's add some text views up here. Let's add a text view, and let's make it height, right? It's a width. Okay, let's make the height wrap content. Wrap content basically means how much content it have, it will wrap. Okay, and this height also wrap content. Okay, so both the height basically contains a wrap. Okay, so let's give it a text view, and the text view, let's give it some what you can say match parent. The width should match parent, like, so that you can cover up the whole width. And let's give it some what you can say match parent, or you can give it some height. Okay, let's give it a height of somewhere like 50. Okay, 50, or let's give it a height of something like 100 sp. So you have given a height of 100 sp. Now let's close the tag, and let's add some tag for now. Let's add text, let's add some text, let's add some numbers. Okay, what if we are adding some numbers, right? So let's add some numbers now, plus the numbers. So you can't see, right? It is all, it's there, but you can't see that. So let's change the color for now. Let's change the color, let's give it a white color for now. And you can see that it's really small in the corner up there. You can see that it's down here, it's really small. So let's change the size. Let's give it a size of somewhere like maybe I have predefined the size. I guess you can see the size I have taken is 28, but it's, I guess, too big for now. Let's give it a size of somewhere like 20. Let's give it a size 28 only. Let's see, 28, and it seems fine. Let's give it and yeah, you have to give the units also, SP, DP, anything. Okay, so it's defined. Now it's top corner, I want it to be a bottom left, maybe like up, sorry, it's top left. I want a bottom right, I guess. Okay, so what you can do, you can give a gravity, layout gravity, and you can give there are many options you can do. You can just add end. Okay, I guess this is not that gravity. I guess layout gravity is that one. You can see it's end, and you can give a single this, and you can do bottom, and you can see that it's aligned to the end and bottom. Okay, yeah, right. So you can see that it's in the end and bottom. I want some padding, right? It's like totally stick to the sides. Let's give some padding. Let's give some padding. The padding is somewhere like, I want to give its padding of 10 dp from all the sides. or from the left side. Let's give it from the left side only, and let's give it 20. Okay, so let's run this app and see what is our view for now. Let's run it. And let's see how it's looking from our perspective now. You can see the layout, and yeah, I have to give some padding from here, I guess. Sorry, I gave the left padding, right? It should be a right padding. My mistake. I get sometimes confused regarding this left and right. Let's give some right padding now. Okay, see, you understand, like basically it Android Studio always helps you in kind of like how you want to do all the things. Like, let's give it a 10 in that case. You can see some errors. Okay, it is actually suggesting me to use end. Okay, it always helps you in suggestions. Okay, you can just add end in that case, and Android Studio will do it. Let's after I will add this one. That's a good practice. That, like, the good practice is always that Android Studio always encourages you to do. Okay, now let's leave it right only, I guess. Yeah, that will be fine for now. Okay, so you have got the padding. Now we have to do the same thing with another one, the next one. Control C and Control V. Okay, so the next thing that we're getting is, see, it's a linear layout. You have to make it vertical, right? So orientation, vertical. So you can see there is two things. So let's increase this size. It's just output, right? Its size should be like quite big. So let's give it a 34. Maybe it's still small. It seems still small. Let's give it 48. Maybe 48. It's too big. Let's give it 45. Okay, or maybe 46. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine, I guess. Yeah, that is fine. Now let's add some padding to this overall view. Like, see, you can see that this is both the things, and if you compare with the UI, there are much more spaces and much more, you don't spaciers and all the things, right? So let's add spaces and make it a bit more spacious. So what you can do, you can go to this and add some padding. Okay, let's add some padding, and you can add some margins. I guess margins will be much better in that case. And let's add some margins. Margin bottom, let's add some margin below and add it somewhere like 100. Okay, 100 dp or sp, anything. Okay, so this is a linear layout and it's 100, and let's add some. Okay, and now if you can see, if you change the color font, now if you change this background color, let's say this background color to white. Okay, okay, this size is small. Let's make it parent. Height is match parent, and you can see that it looks a bit similar to this one. Okay, it's not totally similar to this one, but yeah, it's a bit similar. Okay, one more thing is that we need to get this text color. This text color looks really awesome because white, see, we never use total white or total black in Android development. Like, it's basically a UI UX thing. Okay, you will get back to it a bit sometimes later, but yeah, we always prefer to use something like a bit. So let's add a text color, and okay, where's the text color? It's already added, I guess. Yeah, I have added white color somewhere. Yeah, so let's remove this part. Okay, this is a bad practice that I'm adding directly up here, but yeah, for now we can do that, I guess. Okay, it's not a compulsion, but yeah, let's add it up here also. And let's do one thing. Let's add a hash for it, and let's do one thing. Let's go up here and make it a bit brighter. Okay, so that like it doesn't match up with this one. And yeah, perfect. Now one more thing. I guess these two are like taking up this much space, but yeah, I think if they are both a bit below, it will be looking more better. Okay, so let's reduce this to 50. Let's reduce to 50 and add a top margin of 50 dp, and let's see how it looks. Let's add some a bit more of margin from top, maybe 50, I will add 70 to that, and reducing the below margin by the same proportion, and I will be subtracting 20 from that side, and yeah, that is much better, I guess, much better. Yeah, and yeah, that's the top part. Now coming to the bottom part, let's reduce this part. Okay, let's reduce. Okay, and now the next thing that I want to do is Control Alt L. Okay, so what did I do? You can see line formatted. So whenever you do coding, it's always a thing that you mess up the line, you like mess up the indentation or the order in which it should be a better way to arrange the things, you mess up the things. So this is the best way to do Control Alt L, and it will be, the Android Studio will basically help you in arranging all the things up. Okay, now let's do one thing. We have to add these buttons, right? These buttons, you can say 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 5 buttons. Okay, this is a special button we will talk about in a bit late, but yeah, this is the basic idea. 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 5. So we have to get almost 20 buttons. Okay, so what we can do one thing. Let's go to this linear layout and let's make some small layouts. Okay, Control set, what happened? Yeah, so let's make some small layouts up here. Let's do linear layout, and let's do thing like okay, what we can do linear layout match parent. Width is match parent, height is wrap content. Okay, now let's add some things. Now let's add this orientation should be horizontal, because we will be adding up like this, the buttons. Orientation horizontal. Now let's add some things like the buttons. Okay, so there's something called buttons, you can get them. Okay, so how should the button be? It should wrap content, the width should be wrap content, height should be match parent. This match parent is basically how much this is obtaining. Let's see, let's change the background color of this to maybe what color we have up here, maybe this one. Okay, so it is having this color, I guess. Yeah, this is the color. Copy. Okay, let's copy in this way only. Copy hex. Let's go up to here. Let's Control V, and let's see how is it showing up. Is it even taking up the color? Okay, let's end this part up here, and why is it not taking the color? Okay, let's see if it has a color attribute or not. You can see color, you can see that there are attributes, but there is no such color attributes. Why is it that? Okay, we'll look into it a bit late maybe. Let's add something like background color and background color tint and hashtag and Control V. Okay, so now we got it. Now background color also, we can change the background color also. Control V. Okay, why it is two things are added up. Anyways, let's remove this for now. You can see the button, right? It's really small. It's really small. Let's increase the size. Okay, let's increase the size to somewhere like maybe 50, I guess. Okay, let's add some more buttons for now. Let's add a text up here. Text, that should be 1, I guess, and the color should be text color, and it should be black, I guess. Control, and if you want black, F. Oh, sorry, that's for white. My mistake. 0 0 0 0 0 0. 6 zeros, I guess. 6 1 3, yeah, 6. So you can see that it's black, and if you expand it a bit, yeah, you can see the black color in one. Okay, now we want something like this in pair of 4s. Copy and Control V, Control V, Control V. So we have got this. let's do one thing. Let's make this match parent now with match parent and match parent. It's not working, I guess. Control Z. Yeah, so it is all up here. Let's give some weight. There is something called weights. Okay, let's give a weight sum, that is the total weight, like total percentage, you can say total percentage. I have 4, so I'll give it 4. Now let's give it a weight, layout weight. Its weight, that is equals to 1. It will take 1. Now let's do it something like weight, that is equals to 1. It will take up 1. Basically it takes up equal spaces. Basically the how much weight you provide, it will take up that much weight. So that is 1, and it will be taking up that much space, and weight is equals to 1. It will take that much space. Now it looks a bit like a bit overwhelmed, like all the things are like really cramped up in a little space. Let's do the same thing with the outer layout also. Let's give weight sum of somewhere like I have 5 layers, right, to 5, and let's give this one weight of maybe 1. Okay, okay, so let's do one thing now. You can just, now when you have added weights, you can just replace these things with 0. Okay, it's not required now. And see, this is 1, and this should be 2, and okay, this should be 1, I guess. Yeah, this should be 1, and this should be 2, and this should be 3, this should be 4. Okay, this is the buttons. Let's increase the size, maybe. Okay, let's first of all make the buttons. Okay, let's make the buttons for now. Okay, so Control C, copy. Let's make the buttons. Oh, I forgot to add orientation up here. Let's add orientation, that is vertical. You can now really see how much space, like it's the only thing now, so it is taking up a lot of space. Now let's add this thing, the same thing with his match parent, enter, and it's taking the whole space. Let's add this one also, and let's give it a match parent, and it's taking up the whole space. Let's collapse them. I don't know why it is not working. Sometimes it's a bit breaking up. Okay, anyways, let's collapse this one. This is the top one. Let's collapse this one. Now this one, now this one, and yeah, as is the 3 layers we have. Now we want the 4th and the 5th layer. Copy, Control C, Control C, now Control V, then Control V, and yep, you have got the layers. Let's change the colors. Okay, and add one more thing that is quite important. I haven't mentioned it yet. Let's do that things. Okay, first of all, this should be this is not what I want up here. Let's add something called C, like that is required for first Control Alt L to align all the things. Now let's add a text that is C. CE, that is basically signifies the thing, you can say. Let's add brackets. Okay, we want brackets for our app. Now let's add something, you can say. Okay, not this one, sorry. let's add it up here, then, and it should be, this last one should be what you can say, let me see my calculator fonts. Okay, I forgot a layer of calculator, I guess, and it's not in the app. Yeah, it's, I guess divide will be working perfectly fine up there, and let's add a divide. Okay, is it not visible? I don't know, man. Let's see, let's make it bold. Okay, there's something called text style, and let's make it bold, and let's do the same with the others also. Control C, Control V, Control V, and Control V. Okay, now let's add some padding to them. Let's add some padding left. That should be somewhere like a bit of 5 dp maybe, and padding right, that should be 10 dp, 5 dp also, same thing, 5 dp. And yes, I guess let's copy this thing now. Control C with this match parent, I guess. Yep. Okay, let's add the same thing to the below one also. Control V and Control V and Control V. Let me speed it up a bit. Okay, this code will be available in the what you can say, the GitHub repo of this app, so you can just clone it from there, but I want to speed it up. Okay, so we have fast forward into time, and I have made the UI. So I skipped that part because it was really the same thing. And okay, you can just go through this code. It is, I will be giving you the link, it will be in the GitHub, okay, attached with the link, so you can just go there, check out the code. Okay, there are basic things like I've added margin, added heights, and all the things like size. Okay, the most of the thing are basically hidden trials, and you want to know how it is circular and this. So I have added a file up here. If you go to this one, drawable, I have added a new file. It is circular.png, circular button. So this circular button basically is a shape. Okay, this is a shape, and you can see that I have given a solid color, that is orange color, added corner, that is 100. I have added this much 100, but it seems like it's not circular. But when the size is smaller, in this case you can see that the like the corners affect it and it becomes circular. Okay, I have added padding to all the sides. Okay, there's a padding from all the sides. And finally, this is I have saved as .xml file, and in this button, last button, you can see I have used this only as a background. Okay, in other cases I have added background tint for the color and no background. Okay, but for this case I have used this one. Besides that, I have also changed the primary color to this one, orange. Okay, because it was affecting the code somehow, so just change it to orange. Okay, and it's perfect. So you can see we have redesigned almost this thing. Okay, kind of, okay, mostly, and I guess it looks a bit cool. Okay, and next, see, so up to now we have the app, but there is no functionality added to it. You can press on it, but it doesn't work. So how do you make it work? First, let me just collapse all this thing. It looks too much code, but I don't know how. Sometimes it's not working for me, and sometimes it's working. It's now working, and it's not working now. Anyways, let's see. So what you can do, first of all, let's collapse this, and this is, you can see from the split screen. Let's remove this, and you can see that these are two texts. First of all, let's give a name to them. That is called ID. Let's give it the name of ID input field. Okay, this is input field, and let's remove this text font now, because otherwise it will be shown when there is nothing in this place. Let's remove this part also, and let's give the ID of ID. You can see that this is really helping. You have to just press enter and it's working fine. Output Okay, so id output id. Now let's give IDs to all of the buttons. Okay, I will be just skipping this part forward, and you can just basically what you have to do, go to each button. For example, first Control Alt L for like rearranging all the things. Now when you go to each button, this is each button. Okay, in this each button you have to go there, press on ID, and you can see ID, and this is a CN, so let's call it btn underscore cn CE is correction. Okay, you can see, and you just do the same thing. Like for example, next button is this one, like forward bracket. So ID space, this is left top bracket, right? Left bracket, left B. Okay, left B. This is fine. Now let's move on to the next line, and you do it then this way. Okay, now that I've added all the IDs to all the layouts, now let's go to the main code. Okay, so there's the main code. You can see the emulator is still all in the background. Let's keep it up, open up here. It will help you to get some idea for how it's working. So this is the input text field 1. This is like output. Okay, input, output, and then this is button CN and bracket left bracket right bracket, that is goes in that way. Okay, so what we have to first do, we'll be using a library. Okay, first of all we'll be using a library. So if you want to add some dependency, like predefined dependency is basically something that will help you to in your code. So just go to this project level, okay, so app level. Okay, you go to the app level Gradle file. Okay, this is the Gradle file. You go there, go to this part, dependencies, any part, just go there and write implementation. Now okay, let me copy it from my spelling is bad. Let's just copy it from there. Now give single quotes and now write net dot object hunter dot exp 4j colon 0.4.8. okay, so and press on sync in. So you must be thinking, what is this, Devanshu? So you have to do one thing, just go to this GitHub repo. Okay, let it load for some time. It's so this GitHub repo is basically helping, is a, you can say a dependency or a library. Like we have libraries in Java, and so do we have library in Kotlin also. When you click on this, it will be opening up this website. So this is a package. Okay, you can use it as a package. What it do is basically it gets the string, and this string is basically calculated. It does all the things. Okay, it takes the string. Okay, this is the numerical string. It gets the string, gives you the output when you evaluate. Okay, so how do you use it? You will get something like this. Okay, this. So you know how we converted, right? We converted implementation. In the brackets we added net.objectHunter, then we have added colon this one, and then colon this one, right? So I guess it is done, and you can see it is already, the sync has been done. Okay, now what you have to do, let's start with this. So to speed up a time a little more, I have written some code up here. Let me go through them and you will understand what I have written. There is not much, you can easily understand. Okay, so first, this two text fields, I have defined it, and I have done that latent. Okay, I will explain to you later in these sessions, not required for now. Just understand this, both the text field, like the text field output and the input, are initialized up here. Then we have like assigned each buttons. Okay, this is button 00, that's a variable of button type. And then I have added find view by ID. The ID, what is this ID? This ID is basically the ID that you will find in button 00 that I have added when we were doing the UI. Okay, so let's see the button 00, and you can where is it, this one, I guess, button minus, I guess minus, and then this should be so this is the button 00. So you can see this id is basically referring to this id. Okay, this is the id. This way you write the id. So I've done that for all the buttons, button 1 to 9. Then I have done the same for the button dot, and the same for all the remaining operator buttons. Okay, now what I did, as I have initialized this both input and output field outside, you will understand why I have done that in a minute. But yeah, for that time you can understand I have to assign the find view ib up here also, and I have done this. Now I have added set on click listener to each of the button, and if you are familiar with a bit of you can say Android development, you will see that button btn, for example, if I redo it once again, button dot set on click listener on click listener, there is this function parenthesis, but we have changed it to you can say curly braces. You will understand why. If you are doing this, then you have what you have to do. You have to do on click listener, and this will basically, this is the part where you do the coding, but we have modified it a bit. Okay, we have modified it a bit and we have done it according to ourselves. You will understand why. And this is all the things, and I have this are the equal to and the CE button, the clear button and the equal to button are something which are a bit segregated. I will make you understand why. And you can see that the buttons are working, it's pressing, but it is not doing anything. Okay, so let's write this part of the function. Okay, so the first function that we will write a function that is called append. So private, let's make it private because it should be like within the part only. It is not like public or open, you can say. Fun append, append, append on click. Okay, append on click, and it will take, okay, what is the spelling? Append, CLICK. I've given a space, I guess. Where is my keyboard? And yeah, append on click, and this is a function. So this function takes two parameters. First is clear, that is a boolean type. You will understand why just a second. And the next thing is a string of type string. Okay, now let's make a function. So what this function does, this basically, when you type on any of the number, that should be added and the output should be seen up here. Besides that, when you press on any of this, it should be evaluated and the output should be shown here, right? That is how the calculator works. You will understand by the time we were doing this. So now if clear is, you know, it's a boolean variable, right? So it will either true or false. So that is inside the if condition. Now we will do output dot text equal to this blank, and the next thing is input dot append, that is equals to string. Okay, sorry, that's input field. I guess I have given the name of input field. Yeah, you will find all this code in the GitHub repo. Will be linking it down below. Just fork it, okay, and after you fork it, it will be added to your personal GitHub, and from there you just clone it. It will be easy way, and you can contribute there also. Like you will be having access to your code there. Now let's do this. Now what you will do, I will do input dot append. Okay, what I will do, input view. Oh, I'm forgetting this. Input field. Yeah, input field dot append. So what I will do, in case I have pressed on what you can say output, okay, any of the text up here, it will be just added in this part and the output will be blank. That is why I have given this. Like if I press on any of the numbers, the output will be remain blank and the input field will be added with that string. So you get that part. Append basically concatenates, and what you have done up here, if we then just append, and what will append, will append the output dot text. Okay, So and next thing we'll do, input field dot append string, and then lastly output dot text equal to this. So what is this doing? When I press on any of this part, the previous number should be there, what the number that was previously, okay, you will understand why it is doing. Just a minute, just give me some time, you will understand why this is output. The previous, if you have entered number, it will take the number, it will append it with the string. The string is basically the dots or the symbols that you're adding up here. Okay, so let's do this thing. Let's do this function in this. Okay, I have added the on click listener, just press there. Then what should be this? It should be true. Okay, comma, and what should it do? It should pass a string 0 0, right? You got it. Now okay, the next thing that I have to do is again that thing, and true true. Okay, the next thing that I have to do is 0. Now let's copy this part. Let's copy this inner part because it will be like repeating a hell lot of times. Just going up, Control V, Control V, Control V. Why is that E up there? Anyways, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Now let's change it according to a number, that is 0. The first one is 0, that's perfectly fine. The next one is 1, next one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, it's working. Now let's write this also. I will do append on click. This should be false, right? It should be false. Comma, what should be the string? It is dot, right? Let's copy this, copy it. Now Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. I have left this two buttons, the clear button and the equal to button. You will understand why. Just some more time, you can say. The left bracket, I guess I have given this one left bracket. Yep, this one is the right bracket. Now divide. Okay, divide is this one. Then what we have done, this should be multiply. Multiply should be okay. Multiply, keep in mind, don't give x up here because that is the star signifies multiply. Okay, just remember that. I did it wrong once a time. Minus, there should be minus. And okay, now if you run this code, you will see, oh, I have changed the emulator for a while because like the last emulator was having some issues. So yeah, I changed the emulator. You can change it by going to the AVD manager, adding a new emulator once again. Okay, let it build. It will take some time. So by the time, there is one more error that I want to mention to you. Just change this part. Okay, there should be a colon. In the previous part of the recorded video I told dot, but it should be a colon. Just keep that in mind. And besides that, everything is fine. You can file all this code in the GitHub repo. The link will be in the description. Clone it, and if you want, you can start it. Okay, anyways, so yeah, so what you will do, like, see, if I do 2 1 2, you can see the numbers are popping up there. Now if I press something like this one, multiply, then I added more numbers, then I can add brackets, then I can 2 plus 3, anything I can do. But there's still this button and this button aren't working. So let's first make the clear button. Okay, the clear is easy, so let's make it private. First of all, make it private because this inner functions are not basically accessed by other functions like from outside. So make it private. Okay, make it clear. Then okay, now the next thing is I want to clear. So what will clear do? It will clear the input field dot text equal to blank, and output dot text equal to blank. So where should it be? It should be in this one, right? It should be up here, clear, right? And besides that, the next thing that you have to do is one more thing, the main thing, actually the private fun calculate. Up to now we haven't done any calculation, so I calculate. So this calculate function is basically the heart of all these things, okay, the heart of all this calculations I will do. So if you remember, we have added this dependency up here. So this dependency will basically help us. It's a package, basically it's a package for, like you can say, for helping us in developing. Okay, so someone has made all this implementation and it's really easy for us. First of all, add some try catch block. If you're familiar with try catch, that basically helps in case some exception happens. For example, due to some reasons, if our app crashes, it won't crash the app, it will basically give us an error, so that like the user can see what he has done wrong. Okay, so in case of this, we will add the toast message. Toast message is basically, if you haven't done toast messages yet, toast message is basically what you can say is like it will pop up. Okay, you will like the thing that sometimes it pops up, right? You have logged in or something like that. That is a toast message. So how you do it? Just do this dot message, comma, I guess toast dot long. Okay, sorry, I have to add this one, dot make text, forgot that part, and now I have to dot show. So what we will do, this will, the error message, the exception dot message, this will take the message from here and it will take long. There are many options. You can do it short, you can do it dot, you can do it dot, you can see short is there, it is long is basically extended duration of time, that is totally normal. Next thing that you have to do, basically implement it. So what you will do, let's take a val input. Okay, input, this basically taking the expression, like this expression, the expression that we are calculating up here, it will take the expression. So what it will take, what you will do, you will do expression builder, and you will pass in the input field dot text dot to string, which in turn dot build. Okay, you will know about builder functions a bit later, but for now just follow up. This will basically evaluate this thing and we will get the output. How will get the output? Then we will have to do output, let's make it output value equal to input dot evaluate. So if you may feel that how am I getting all of this, right? So you can go to, okay, it's not up here, let me show, I will show you how you are getting this. This is basically a dependency. Okay, as I previously told you, you can just Google about it and you can get all these things. Like if you just Google about it, just go to Google, let's make it Google, let's go there and let's paste it. You will find something called this one, object hunter. You can see, right? You are opening up this page. This is a dependency. Okay, this is a documentation of the thing that the package that we're using, right? So this is the expression builder that I previously told you. This is in Java, so you may feel like it's a different kind of a thing, but yeah, you can do many things with this API. Okay, this is just a small example of what you can do, right? There are many things you can do with this API. Just Google about it, you can get a whole lot of discussions on how to use it more in an efficient way. Okay, now let's go back to this one. So what you will do in the function evaluate, you have done the evaluate, then val long, in case there is something like the value is really long, you have to get the output, right? Sometimes, like as I have previously told you, like there are some limitations of the size, like double is larger than float, right? So if our output is really large, then it may be an issue that it will get trimmed, right? So prevent from that, you have to do dot to long, so that it can be converted into a long. Okay, so that the values can be reserved. Now before giving the output, we have to check if the number is a double or just an integer. So what you will do, you will make a simple statement, output value is equals to long output dot to double. If it is same, then just the output dot text is equals to long output dot to string. Okay, you got it. Now the else part, else what it will do, in the else part what it will do, it will just take the output dot text is equals to output value dot to string. Okay, so this is overall the function, and let's bring it up and let's put it in the right place. When you press on equal to, it will basically evaluate the things, and control V and this, and it seems perfectly fine to me. All this code will be available in the GitHub repo. The link will be in the description. Don't worry, in case you have missed anything. Let's run this code. It will take some time, don't worry. And if you have any doubts, you can always reach us on the Discord channel, the link in the description. And like, the community is really helpful, I guess. The team, the people in the community are really helpful, and they're actively helping in solving doubts and helping you out with the the videos and the study jam sessions. So it would be really happy to if you guys could collaborate with us, helping us and trying to build itself. So it will take some time, I guess. I can't see. Yeah, so what I've done, let's do 1 2 plus 1 2. If you do equal to, you will get 24. Wow. Now let's do one more thing. Let's multiply it with something. Let's multiply this with 35. Yeah, or we will do something like 23 into 23. Let's run it. 529. Or what we can do, we can just do 23 cross 23 equal to, that is 1. So this is perfectly fine. Okay, this is working perfectly fine, and the UI looks really cool to me. If you want to make this a bit short, you can do it. You know how to do it. Go to the XML file and change according to yourself, howsoever you need. Just go through each of the line. It's self-explanatory and you will understand easily. So that's it from my side. See you soon. Thank you.